old shit, in with the new thing. Dark as a motherfucker, color of my moon ring. My mind digital, always stay focused now. Steady, dry, heavy, but this my favorite go around. Love it when it's showtime. Pump the adrenaline, feeling like a kid again. Pass me a mescaline, nigga, I'm a man now. No more pants down, no need for gloves now. No more mask out, grind to your bone show. Foolproof cash route, do it for the fam. I'm nobody's cash cow. Hold up, we still here.
You go
good, you good. Cameras are good. Mics is good.
Okay.
We got a special Grumpy OGs episode today.
Grumpy OGs, welcome. Hannibal Heckler, Eddie Giggs.
And hold on. First, we got to say we're missing somebody. Our sound man is gone.
Our sound man is
he's doing his thing, but Boris
he's on tour right now.
He's doing big things, recording big Latin artists.
He's on tour right now.
So he's over here in love. So
right. Don't listen. He gonna kick your fucking ass. He fucking hates you. Anyway, for me, one of my favorite MCs ever out of the sunny side of Florida. My dog Wreckonize, the best.
Wreckonize.
Thank you.
Yes.
No,
this is one of my favorites. I don't care.
They didn't want to put the claps things on the thing machine yet.
We'll put it in the edit.
Fix it in post.
To my knowledge, I've never seen this man lose a freestyle battle. I don't know anyone who's ever told me that.
I was there for most of them.
Okay, but hold on. I have another comment, but first I gotta ask you: Is there ever been a time where you said, "Damn, I got my ass"? I lost. You did lose, and then you said, "I got my," and then you admitted it. Like
still
you whooped my
haunts me
ass.
to this day. It was Mix Show Power Summit in Puerto Rico. They invited me while I was working on the album for South Beat to go and battle, like a Blaze battle style thing with me, Jin, J Mills, and Shells. The four of us were gonna battle in Puerto Rico for a car and like 50 grand. So it was like I wasn't even wanting to do battling then. I was working on my album and I'd already done MTV. I was like, fuck that shit. I'm like, But trip to Puerto Rico, I had never been.
Facts.
And like the chance to battle for 50 grand and a whip, I was like, oh, fuck it, I'm in.
Yes,
but the whole thing about it was they had already, like, while I was doing my album and doing my thing in Miami, they had already started developing that Fight Club, like acapella, grind time, style battle. And Jin lived in New York already, so he was already like their darling. He was their fucking star. They loved him. And he was already privy to what the style was. Yeah. So I went up there being like, yo, man, I'm a freestyle. I'm not writing shit. I'm going to go up there and keep it true to the essence, yada, yada. And get up there and it's like, 3 1-minute rounds, acapella. So I was like, damn, freestyling acapella for a minute, 3 rounds is a tall fucking order. No. So my first,
you're telling me I wouldn't have even gone. I'm like,
it was, and on top of that, like,
you think acapella's harder than on the beat?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
You know why I would go against that? It's because only because everyone has a different mind frame. I would feel that if I'm freestyling and let's say you're about to say a line that you can either exaggerate the word or under exaggerate to make it fit the next line, it's easier without a beat. When you're on a beat, you have to make sure you keep that beat. You understand?
It gives you more freedom to like cadence wise and work around for sure. But to me, like.
You like the rhythm? Like
a minute while you're rapping to a beat, you have like, let's say it's a minute in total on a beat, but then all the pauses you could take with the music to let, like, to catch the beat or like give it a second or like take half the bar, you end up shaving like, 15, 20 seconds maybe tops off of that. But acapella, you're not shaving off shit. You are there for that fucking whole minute. Yeah. And to me, like, just being able to, just the music always inspired me. So I feel like if the music, they play your favorite beat or whatever, and you're like, yo, I'm going to kill this motherfucker.
About it, right.
Yeah, like
it's
I'm
just
going
coming
in.
to my brain right now.
Acapella, it's like there's nothing to like fuel inject you.
Right.
And then like the silence in between your bars is fucking deafening. So like I felt that in Puerto Rico. Who was the? So it was J Mills and Shells went in the first round, and me and Jin went in the first round. And me and Jin had already battled and had like head-to-heads in Miami. And my first round I had like pretty squared away in my mind, and I put it together on the fly good. And I felt like I did good in the first round. And then Jin came and he did like some pre-written acapella style shit. And I know him to be better than that in Miami. So I was
round 2, you're saying?
This is the first round.
Oh, okay.
And the first round he came kind of like, okay. But he came a little bit like, you could tell it was a little bit, it just lacked like that freestyle intensity that I knew him to have.
Right.
So then the second round, in between rounds, I said to him, come on, man. Like,
you did.
ain't clean.
taunted him.
Come
Shout him out,
on. Word
man.
up.
I
Come
taunted
on.
him. I taunted him, and I was like, bro, you
Especially
can come
you know
harder
him.
than that. Yeah,
Right.
like I know. Don't give me this bullshit. Like,
Right.
come off the top. You're so nasty.
It's
with
just
it, you
he
know?
knew, he planned. If it's gonna be wreck, I have a certain. I could write this now. It'll be all about him.
And
But
Y'all knew who y'all was battling before you was gonna battle? Like they told y'all
he knew it
who
was the 4 MCs.
We-
no?
yeah,
Well,
we knew it was
okay,
only
true.
4 of us,
That is
so
true.
yeah.
True. He could just have 4
It was
verses
easy.
ready.
It
You're
was
right.
easy to prep.
Looks in his fucking. Okay,
You're right,
Wreck
you're right.
first. Let's go. I'm
You're
ready
right,
to go.
you're right,
You
you're
know what I
right.
mean?
It was easy to
That's
prep.
why.
I
That's
don't
kind of
know
why.
if we knew the drawing until that day.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
either
no,
way,
you're right. Either way, you're
so
right.
few competitors, you knew who to go with.
Exactly.
Right.
But so the second round, he came with it. He fucking, like, when I asked him
Oh,
for it,
he
he
did.
gave it to me.
Oh,
you know?
shit.
And when I went to like rebuttal from that, I just like fell apart. You know, like I just
Why?
lost
'Cause
my
his
train of
shit was
thought.
that good?
His shit was that good, and the crowd was so like, after he went one time, I could tell the
Intense?
crowd loved him so
Yeah.
much,
Oof.
and they didn't know who the fuck I was.
Right,
Like
right.
I was like, fuck, man, like it just took the gas like right out of my fucking
Right,
engine,
right,
you know?
right.
And then my second round was rough, and then the third round. By the third round, I was like clinging to life, you know. And it's probably the worst battle experience in terms of a defeat.
When you know
that
you're
I've
better than
ever-
that.
Yeah, like I felt I could have been better than that, but I just didn't prepare for it at all, and I wasn't like equipped for that style of battling. And yeah, I goaded him on after that first round to be like, "Yo, man, what are you doing, man? Like,
right,
come on!" And he said
Right.
he had some great lines about me.
That
He said, yeah, you went on MTV and lost your pride. They give you a triple extra large Rockefeller jacket. And you got tossed aside. He said, he's like, you know
R.I.P.
damn well. Yeah, he said, you know damn well they wasn't gonna give you a deal because you can't rap for shit. You pussy and you softer than a mill, which is like a mill from Rockefeller. He was going. He was going.
And I'm gonna say he pre-planned those two, but
yeah,
but they were
absolutely.
baggage.
for
They were
sure.
baggage.
They were perfectly placed.
they were-
No, perfectly placed because the first round was to get it to place to set up the alley oop, and second round fucking
Yes.
murder. Yeah,
And-
they
and,
got you.
I,
got you.
I always give Jin mad props because behind the scenes, before that battle, I don't know if you like remember, this is going back some years now, but we were all in the Miami battle scene bitter at Jin because he left
Right.
and went and did New York, and he went to move to New York and he did Freestyle Friday, and then he kind of like stopped repping Miami and he went and he was signed into Rough Riders as a New York MC or whatever, and
Right.
we felt a little bit betrayed by that
Right.
because we
Yeah,
claimed him, you know what I
exactly,
mean?
yeah.
Like, so we were in my passive aggressive way. We were doing shit to like take jabs at him. So I had a track called Bully that was on my first demo that I did with Nick Fury. And on that,
Big up Nick Fury.
I had some jabs at, shout out to Nick Fury. I had some jabs at Jin on that based off of like, you know, us being bitter that he left and didn't claim the city or whatever. And then we even went as far as to like, I don't know if you remember Paper and Trees, the Asian twin DJs and shit. They were out here back in the day.
Oh,
They used to
yeah,
hold Shark
yes,
Sound.
yes.
So we like dressed him up like one of them up like Jin and like threw him down a table. You know what I mean? Like a lunch table and shit.
You record this shit?
It's on YouTube still.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
it's on
yeah.
YouTube
Okay.
still. You can see it. So
I'll be seeing
I
it
was
today.
like talking my shit to Jin, my little passive aggressive battle MC shit.
But y'all were friends, or
we were cool, but we weren't back in those days. Like
you
it
were
was
battle
like,
friends. Like, yeah, we cool,
yeah,
but I
we never-
want to murk you every time I see your fucking ass.
we were like associates, and we never really like kicked it hard or whatever. But we knew each other from the scene, and
I know I have seen y'all motherfuckers in the same circle numerous amounts of times.
I mean,
so that's
he
why.
was the guy
I didn't
when
know
I-
it was like
Yeah.
the dog. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, like we never really kicked it that hard, but we always showed each other respect, and like
Right.
we would get into it in the parking lot ciphers and shit. And
Yeah.
and I give him mad credit because he never took that bite. He never took the bait when I was there talking my shit in Miami or whatever because he didn't really have to. He was on
Right.
Rough Riders. He was
He
doing
knew
his
he-
thing. And
right.
this is pre-MTV
Top that
for me.
right now
yeah.
is what he was saying.
Exactly. He's like, yeah, come, whatever. And then when I
Fucker.
saw him at Mix Show Power Summit, the funny thing about me, like that I learned over the years was like I used to have a big ass mouth, and I'd never really been a scrapper. I never been like that dude. Like
Right.
I don't really have the shit to back it up. I just love to
Right.
talk shit, you know.
Right.
And I learned that when I went to Mix Show Power Summit that year because I was seeing people in the industry. Like grown men, you know what I mean? 10 years my senior that I had like dissed on records, like doing our battle shit, and then being like, yo, I would, if these dudes came to check me, I'd probably like fall apart. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not built for this. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like that was when, that trip is when I realized like, yo, battle rapping like for records and stuff and like dissing, doing these little name drop disses and shit.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm gonna do this anymore.
Ain't
Like,
worth
this is
it.
not for me. Yeah, like I don't.
It ain't worth it when it comes down to the beef because some dudes are real and they gonna see you in
some
the
get
fucking
touchy
street.
though, because if you're doing if you're battling, you know it's battling,
See-
and you know you're gonna get dissed. You know that's the whole reason of the shit.
Well,
to get at you, punchlines, to get that
what I was
crowd
gonna say
attention.
was this because I watch a lot of battle rap on fucking
Yeah, no, yeah, you do.
on the internet and I love these dudes, especially since I feel like a lot of the world lost the essence of that. You know what I'm saying? Like like they're like a lost art. Like, and these motherfuckers are the illest motherfuckers in the industry. I feel that when you have the battle rap, you could talk shit. You could be the hardest motherfucker. You could own 1,000 guns.
Yeah.
Because you're not gonna fight on stage. That's part of the fucking negotiation. We're paying you 30,000 and him 100,000 because he's bigger than you. But you're not gonna see that check if you touch each other.
Yeah.
You're not. So you get as mad as
It's
you
like
want.
Boxers fight,
Yes.
but then when they leave the ring, they don't shoot each other. You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
They're boxing.
You know,
It's like you understand it's kind of like jokes. Now you can't really say that now because it's fucking cancel culture bullshit.
Look how crazy.
But a comedian tells a joke. It's a fucking joke.
Absolutely.
Take it to heart because that's who you are. Maybe he's talking about you, but he's just fucking joking. And it's kind of like that. Like you guys are not comedians, but it's kind of like an unwritten law. Like go as hard as you can at me, and just don't touch me, and I go as hard as I can at you. It's part of the persona.
With Jin, I talked my shit, and he took it like a G, and he never really. I probably wasn't worth his time, and I get why he didn't respond. And then when I saw him at Mix Show before the battle, he was real gracious with me. And in my mind, I didn't even know if he had even seen what I had been doing or like my little jabs or whatever. I don't know if it crosses radar.
Exactly.
But if it had have crossed his radar, I gave him props because he was real respectful and cool with me. And that's because I thought, yo, he speaks the code and also we're cut from that cloth. But at that same time, at that age, I was also doing it to like rappers that I thought were like, commercial and whack. But I was super into that mindset. And that was the shit that I really was like, I gotta turn this shit off. This shit is stupid. Like why
you might see them.
They might see me and they're cut from a cloth I am not cut from.
Right, it's
even though I'm like, I'm in the culture or whatever. But I'm not that dude and I admittedly wouldn't be that dude. So that's when I cut that shit off. But yeah, I do agree that if you're in a battle scene or you're a battle MC, you should never be taking that shit personal. Just get your bars up.
Yeah, man, that's it. Get your bars up.
Because I mean, I've heard so much crazy shit so much in all these battles, throughout these years that if that is real, like if I'm the MC and you say that to me and that is real, I'm gonna see you outside because I can't let that ride. You ain't fucking my mom and my daughter. I can't let that ride.
Then you shouldn't be up there battling then.
I'll fuck you up.
Don't be up there.
I got sucker punched one time and all the battles.
It's hard, brother.
We were battling in front of the Deuce on South Beach, and it was me, Rudy Goblin, H2O. We were ciphering, just doing our thing or whatever. And this dude came up. None of us knew him, and he was just there, street dude, whatever. And he was rapping with us. And you could tell by the way he rapped, he wasn't a battle MC by any stretch of the imagination. But he was rolling with us and it was cool. But then he kind of saw the vibe that people were, at that time, everybody in the cypher would jab each other. It was kind of part of the ethos. And he started getting into it with H. And so I saw him getting into it with my boy. So I was like, all right, cool, let me get in here. So I went. He had like one of those earpieces, hanging down or whatever. And I went and said something to the effect of like, I see you got the earpiece ready. Like, there's a call coming through soon. It's your mom. It's probably for me. Like something to that effect, something stupid. And this motherfucker, he did not appreciate that shit. Didn't understand where we were coming from. And here's how he did it. Yes, straight up. You'll appreciate this. So then he didn't just straight up and like fucking swing on me right there. He waited until his next rhyme came, and then and he started rhyming. And in the middle of the rhyme, he's like, yo, some bunch of bam, and he clocked me. And he didn't knock me out or anything. I will say that. Okay. I stepped back and I was like, holy shit. And like I said, it's not in my nature to fight. So like I was not raised like that. I didn't have any siblings close to my age. I have a little sister. That's it. I was not trained for fighting. So to me, I was just like, yo, my man, what are you doing? Like this is a battle. I started talking, whatever. So I was like, yo, we're not. This is not a fucking. We all here. We understand. This is a battle. We say whatever we want, whatever we want. And he was like, nah, man, that's not how I'm built. Whatever. You want to go in the alley? And this dude was big. And I was like, nah, man, we good. Like, I'm not trying to fight you. That's not. If I wanted to fight you, I'd go to South Beach Boxing. Like, I'm not here to fight. I'm here to rap.
Motherfucker.
And that was the only one time. I had one other dude like get real in my face about battling when we used to battle on like Hollywood Beach.
How long ago was that? Like that was that before like because
was that before the MTV?
Before Mayday and everything. That was way back then.
This is like a Literats era, like 2000, 2001, maybe.
That's when MCs literally hit the street and we're fucking.
We were ciphering in parking lots and shit.
Facts.
So that's the only time that it ever got like physical with me. All the other times, most of the time, I've been cool with people that understood what the fuck.
Yeah, I mean it was crazy because the ones I went to that I seen you in, like some barbershop battles and stuff like that was going on. I'm out there promoting. It was just battling, and everybody was hitting each other with hard shit.
I mean, that's
don't take offense to it, man.
Sorry, that means you're in the wrong. You don't get the show. You're in the wrong fucking place. Number two, the reason why I wanted to start with the battle is I can't get this memory out of my motherfucking mind. I was saying to myself, I never seen Wreck lose. Freestyling for me, he's my favorite freestyler out here. I've never seen anyone doper than him.
Appreciate that.
I'm not. There's no joke.
No,
but I seen him lose one fucking battle that I can't get out of my mind.
Oh shit! I can't wait to hear this.
Yes, I don't remember the club.
Okay.
I don't know if you listen to E, but I don't remember the club. But we were fucking. The crowd was going crazy, and we were laughing. I was laughing with my boys so hard because it was you versus Landy and fucking he started. Don't you remember?
I'm looking at the camera like, what?
This
oh shit!
They started battling.
I remember y'all told me this.
The crowd, I don't know what he said. The crowd went crazy and they fucking said this motherfucker won. I was like, get the fuck out of here.
Where was that?
Oh, this is like 25 years. This is so long ago. It's so long. It's a long time ago.
That's fucking hilarious.
Yes.
Yeah, because he starts rapping like what's his name?
He starts rapping like Mystical.
Like Mystical. Yeah.
The reason why I did it.
That's what you said.
I remember the reason
and
why
the crowd
I did
went
it
nuts.
was because we were on stage, we were throwing an event, and he kept asking. He went up and destroyed like 4 people in a row.
You had just killed a
You killed like 4
I know what it was for.
else?
We were promoting.
movie, was it?
Yes.
Not Malibu's Most Wanted? Or
No.
something like that?
Yes. Malibu's Most Wanted.
Yeah.
Yes, man.
It was on South Beach.
Yes.
The reason why I did it is because
You had just murdered a bunch of people.
He had just
There's nobody
destroyed
else.
4 people in a row.
Yeah. No.
And he goes, yo, who's next? Who's paying? Because you had to pay to get in. And he's like, who's next? And nobody's moving. And he's like, damn, nobody wants to battle this motherfucker. We got like an hour and a half left. And I'm like, fuck it, let's go. So I walked on stage, I grabbed the mic. Some dude that was random as fuck paid for me to be part of the contestants.
Right.
So I went in there, I was
Right.
drunk off my ass.
I think it was the
And
funniest. I don't know if
He
it's on
had
film,
went
but
first and dissed the shit out of me.
Of course.
And I was standing there like, damn, I was doing this like to come on and fill time. He went in, so I was like,
he's like, I ain't here to play.
so I went in doing the same shit. We started. I couldn't stop laughing.
Look at the
'Cause half
crowd
of
went
shit I said
crazy.
didn't make sense.
Yeah.
But I remember that shit. They were like, "Yeah, he went," and he's like, "Oh, you know you can't win." I said, "No, nigga, I wasn't even trying."
That shit was funny.
I just
as
got
fuck.
mad
well,
that
add
he
that one to my
destroyed
list.
me.
Oh
That was
shit!
your one.
You lost to Landy Lakes.
So now off the top of my head, just to keep it all the way funky, I can remember 4 losses. I can remember that one.
The most legendary
the
one.
legendary one. Mix Show Power Summit. My first battle, I lost to Logix from Artificial. My first battle ever in Miami was with him, and I like said something or like lifted a line off of like a Black Star record that I thought was cool and flipped it, and then he called it out, and I lost. It was my first battle.
No.
Actually, my first battle was with Parable, and it was his first battle too, and he like had a choke moment, and I ended up beating him, but then Logix got me in the second round. That was another loss. And then there was one in Fort Lauderdale. There was this dude SOS who I think he was from Broward, and he joined Cunny Linguist for a while. And I went to a battle there, and I think it was like Speedy Legs was hosting this shit, and they gave it to him, and I was like, "Yo, this is bullshit!" Like, I was like, "This is not no shit." I got bitter at that one. Like, I was like, "Fuck that."
That was your early days.
Yeah, like I felt like I won that one, but whatever. Those are my 4 losses that I can tell you that.
That's not too bad of a fucking record.
I don't think too bad, you know. Like
take it.
it's weird.
We take it.
For a long time, after the MTV shit, I like not suppressed, but I didn't want to be the Al Bundy of battle rap. I don't want to be like, well, I did MTV back in the day.
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
I always wanted to be like, it was never about battling. I just loved it, but it was always to make music. So once I started making music, I was like, cool, battling, we did it, and let's keep it moving. But what's dope about it though is something I never would have like predicted. I had already kind of compartmentalized and put it away, and then we started doing strange music stuff and going on the road and touring. And then I started to meet kids that watched that MTV shit when they were like 8 years old,
For
or
real.
7 years old, and then come to the
On the
meet and
road?
greets on the road, and they would come to the
shit,
shows,
it's
and then
crazy.
like I'm here like, yo man, we got this Mayday album, and boom boom boom. I'm not even thinking about that, and these kids would come up to me in the fucking meet and greets and be like, yo man, I just want to tell you, I watched you on MTV on a Saturday afternoon when I was 8 years old, and it made me want to write raps. You know what I'm
Wow.
like? Yo, it's crazy. Like
That's fucking
yeah,
nuts.
and
That's
it gave
real
me a
dope.
new respect for the whole thing. Not that I ever didn't respect it, but
Right.
it made me reappreciate.
That makes you keep
what it
going for
was.
sure.
Yeah, like it just made me
But
feel like that
that's-
was a part of the journey
That was
I
a
can
dope
respect.
platform to actually win and get
Fucking
that. You know what I'm
kidding me?
saying?
I was
Like,
in my fucking house.
come on.
going
I was
nuts.
like, oh shit, I
Are you
know this
fucking
motherfucker.
kidding me?
And
I
he's
was going
bodying them.
nuts. I said, this motherfucker is representing us pretty much.
Yeah.
He's on stage murking.
So, like-
remember
I meet
when
people to this day
that
that
last
still
dude,
That shit gives me
big
chills
fat
still
dude
because
with
it was dope to
the
see
big,
that.
the big
you
fat
know?
dude. I guess it was the last one.
Swan.
Is that I don't know, but you said
in the last battle?
Cut your stomach open and have M&M's fall off that motherfucker. Oh man, it was awesome. I swear to God that I was like, okay, this he is actually that. I don't know if that solidified your name per se, like people saying, "Oh, this motherfucker." I don't know if that was it, but that was a big moment, and it was
Absolutely.
you know, it was
Like,
like
I rode the
it was a
wave.
pinnacle for me.
yeah.
I felt like it was a pinnacle in your
No, that
your
got
whole
me my
career,
first.
like-
That got me my first deal with South Beat, and
Awesome.
then which like basically was like next like 7-8 years of my life working with them, and also just like
So that was
sharpening
your
my
biggest
sword.
first moment.
Yeah,
you would say.
absolutely, absolutely.
It was
yeah,
a big.
like,
It's on MTV, bro. It's a
like,
big.
yeah,
moment.
yeah. Like I had a few little like ones here and there in the city, but like nationally and like like that. I meet people still to this day that are like, yo, you was on MTV, right? Oh shit! Like, and I'm like, damn, that was a long fucking time ago. You still remember? It's pretty impressive, you know?
Right.
Like,
You had no beard then.
Yeah,
Right.
nah, I look
Especially
like a
when
fucking infant.
MTV they don't even play music anymore. It's just like shows and shit.
Oh shit!
It's a whole different thing now.
They
but
never gave you a chain.
No, they weren't giving out.
I would have
chain for
kept that motherfucker.
I thought you were getting.
I got a jacket, which I still have. I'm a fucking pack
No,
rat. I
you-
keep
nah,
all my
keep
shit.
that.
I got the
That's
robes.
definitely-
I got the fucking
gotta
robes from
keep
the
all that
stage.
shit.
I got the trophy, of course. The trophy's seen better days. It's old now, you know. It needs a fucking touch up. But yeah,
man,
and I got
nah.
that, and then I got my bread from MTV, and
There you go.
and then they brought me back in December to do the New Year's battle, which was
Yeah,
me and Lock.
yeah.
No, not Locksmith. Locksmith was in the finals, but it was me and Rain Man. We battled. He was the winner of the first one. I was the winner of the second one. They brought us New Year's Eve. We battled, and then I won that one too.
So
And that-
and we know what happened with the whole fucking goddamn Rockefeller contract and whatnot. Fuck all that. But you never even got to see the office. You never got to go see
Nah, they
not a Dame Dash, not a
Nah, they.
Wasn't
Not a
Dame
tie-dye,
there?
nobody?
Dame was there.
Dame
right?
was there at the battle.
So you got to see him there, right?
Oh,
Or
wait,
no?
he was there at the back. Yeah.
Yeah,
Dame
like
was
you
in the
met
house
him
with
there
us.
and
Judge, he was on
yeah.
the judges panel.
Yeah.
Freeway was.
Yeah.
Memphis Bleak
Did you ever
was.
speak
Just
to him?
Blaze was on. I like shook his hand and said what's up as they were giving me like the jacket,
Yeah,
giant
yeah.
jacket
That's
or
it. I'm
whatever.
saying, right. That's what I'm talking about.
And then I never talked to him again. And then what's crazy
bogus
is
ass shit.
they MTV was like, yo, can you stay and do TRL on Saturday? On Monday because it was a Saturday. And what's funny is at that time I was that underground mentality. You know, I was like, man, fuck TRL. You know what I mean? Like, it was bullshit, like, you know, but of course I didn't say that to them. You know what it is.
sure,
Every
yeah.
underground rapper's underground till they get their shot. They're like, oh
Exactly.
shit, Golden
Right.
Lights. Let me get in this
Exactly.
motherfucker.
You start doing McDonald's commercials.
Yeah.
You know?
So I was like, they're like, will you stay and do TRL? We want to announce you as the winner of the battle and boom, boom, boom. And I was like, cool, yeah, all right.
yeah.
So at the time, my management was like, oh, look, like let's do TRL Monday and let's give them opportunity. If they send a rep or somebody comes to like tell you, yo, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna tell you a Rockefeller single coming out this day and whatever. But if nobody contacts us or shows up by then, we're just gonna tell them we can go back to Miami and work on music and keep it moving or whatever.
Yeah.
So nobody shows up. I fucking go on TRL. Some girl, like some of these like teeny bopper chicks are sitting next to me and like, oh, are you here to like introduce a video or some shit? I'm like, nah, I won this battle. It is
I
whatever.
own
Don't-
this bitch.
Yeah, I was like, nah, don't worry about it.
I
Whatever.
own it. What's up?
What you need?
I'm glad I didn't decline it. I'm glad I didn't decline it
shit.
because the guest, like the celebrity guest on
You
that
should have
episode.
studied a little bit though. You're
I
just
should've
too
been
humble.
nah.
You're like,
That ain't my style. That
I'm
ain't
just
my
here
style.
I'm just here to win the best
So
rap
look,
rapper of the
bitch, hold on,
world
let me roll
award.
this out for you one time, bitch. Hold on, relax. No, but I'm glad I didn't decline it on some like fuck
man.
the commercial industry, whatever bullshit,
Right,
because
right.
the guest was Bernie Mac.
Oh, you
I got
got
to meet Bernie
him.
Mac
Fuck
backstage
yeah.
in the kitchen.
That's
And he
word.
was like,
R.I.P.
bro, and I was like, yeah,
yeah.
and I was a super fan of his.
Wow.
So
awesome.
we did that, and then fast forward. Obviously, we go back to Miami, work on music and shit. And I'm just gonna like go fast forward just to give you a cool like something that a lot of people don't know is. At that time, I was like, still in my battle mindset. So I was like, yo, Rockefeller don't want to give me a contract. Well, then I'm gonna talk my shit. And
I know, I remember.
That's right.
I did Swollen
I
Tongue
loved it.
freestyle.
I loved
and
it.
put my brother on there in the intro and fucking did a
Gangster.
talking my shit. Cool. Y'all don't want to fuck with me? I'm gonna go do my thing. Whatever.
Right. That was before you got punched and said, I'm not gonna do this no more. I gotta do it.
Something like that. Yeah, that was
You
pre-mix show.
didn't learn
power
your
summit.
lesson. That was you were still
No,
like,
I
I'm
had
still gonna
been
fuck
punched.
these
I had been
motherfuckers.
punched already, but I
Oh,
hadn't
okay.
gone to mix show
Yeah,
power
you
summit.
still
and
haven't
come up
changed your
against-
mind yet,
I haven't
right.
changed my
Yeah.
mind. Yeah, exactly. But here's where like the life is such a weird and funny thing is years later. So say that's what 2003, 2004ish, right? Then 2010, 11, 12, in that era, I'm joining Mayday. We're like starting to shop our deal to get to Strange. And right before we get on Strange, we're doing features with a bunch of people. Freeway somehow, I think through E, gets connected to Mayday. Freeway's like, yo, I'm in town. I'll do the joint with this Mayday group or whatever, but I gotta record it with them.
Right.
So he comes, records with us, we shoot a video
That's
for the shit.
a rarity
kick
because
it
they
with
always
him.
want to just record in another city and fly.
Yeah, you
over.
don't often get the artist in the studio.
And it's freeway. Let's do it,
Bro, so we do
like,
it. I'm like,
kidding me?
cool. And then in my head, I couldn't front. In the back of my head, I was thinking, wonder if he ever heard that fucking
Oh,
Rockefeller
I was
diss track
about
that I
to
ever
say,
did.
did he forget about the diss track? Does he even remember you in that battle? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, like, and imagine
He was
this was
there.
like 6, 7, 8 something odd years later.
I know.
So I looked a little different. I looked a little older. Had a
Yeah,
beard.
yeah,
You know,
exactly.
I didn't look
Yeah,
exactly like I
And
looked.
you were trying to hide. You're like,
And I was also like, I don't
He
know
was
if
like,
I want
oh,
him to know
shit.
who I am.
He's like, I'm in the back just playing the guitar. Fuck this.
Luckily, I never said anything like super personal or foul
Facts,
about
facts,
Freeway because I didn't
facts.
really have an issue with
Yeah,
him. But he was
right.
part of the general thing.
Yeah,
you know?
you don't own the label.
Exactly, yeah. Like I was just kind of firing darts at everybody, but
Beautiful.
he never said anything. He never said like, "Oh, you from the battle," and I never said, "Yo, man, you remember me?" Like I was like,
yeah,
"Fuck it."
yeah.
We
Definitely didn't say
we
that.
did the record and we did the video. Cool, boom.
I remember.
All right. So then fast forward
That was
even a little
dope.
bit further, 2015 or 16. Dame Dash had like been publicly like giving. Murs had signed with us to Strange, and Murs is really good friends with Dame Dash, and Dame Dash had become really familiar with Strange and what a dope independent business model they have, and he was giving props to them left and right on social media and shit. And we did a Strangulation cipher where all the MCs basically on the label came together and did this fucking massive cipher that's super dope. Shot a video for it and everything. And Dame Dash posted the picture that we took, like a little yearbook looking picture of all the MCs, and posted it up and be like, yo, this is the elite, boom, 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 these dudes are doing it, yada, yada. So then I was like, yo, what a crazy world. Like,
What
this
the-
dude posted
Yes.
it. I don't even know if he
360
knows.
Wow.
I'm not
But I
sure
would have.
he
You
even
should have. You
knows.
should
You
have.
didn't
For
even
you,
say nothing,
I
of
would have
course.
tagged him and everything, saying, "Yeah,
I
this
just-
is me
shit out
right
of that.
here with Circle."
I
I
just
would have
was
put it right
happy-
next to the fucking battle of MTV,
Yeah.
and I would have tagged Dame Dash 18 times and Jay-Z
Word
and
up.
Rockefeller, and look at this motherfucker, 3 came back full circle right in your fucking face and shit.
I was just happy with like, oh, what a great like a W for me personally to be like,
Facts.
yo, like
No,
they passed
that's
up on me
real,
back
right.
then,
But-
and then here he is giving props to the outfit that I'm a part of.
Exactly.
Now, and he might not even know. I don't care.
But even
No,
though, but even though you would have to agree that I don't know what their mind frame was. I don't know how they were thinking. Who knows? But you know how labels are. They make a split-minute decision. There's so many people to choose from. They probably. I'm not saying that they looked at Wreck and said, I don't feel like he's Rockefeller material, right? But you would have to agree now after doing what you've done throughout all these years, you're a way better fit on Strange. You
Oh yeah,
understand?
and here's the thing I say
know what
about
I mean?
Rock.
Than a
Like,
Rockefeller
at the
label.
time, I've said this
You know what I
before.
mean?
I'll say it again. At the time, I dissed Rockefeller because I was just like, man, fuck y'all.
Yeah,
Whatever,
no,
20
like,
and
shit,
shit. You know,
I
whatever.
made this shit happen.
Y'all
you
want
know?
me? All right, fuck y'all. Like, I'm gonna
Yeah.
go do my own thing, whatever. Just kind of part of what I was supposed to do. But later on, like years later, even pre-Strange, I was saying when I looked back on it, I didn't even know what to do with me at that point. I didn't know how to market me. I didn't even know the music I was making then, I wouldn't even say was fully reflective of who I am.
Exactly.
You know, I didn't really find that until I joined, until right before Mayday and joining Mayday, and then all these years later, honing the craft after all these fucking years,
Yeah.
I feel super comfortable when I go into a booth. I know what kind of music I like to make. I feel the music is reflective of me. But back then, I was kind of lost. I was just feeling around and emulating what I saw and all that shit. So when I look at what their roster was at the time and then look at like the thought of them taking me on at that time, I'm not even mad at them.
Did it make
I'm like,
sense?
It didn't
I
make
got you.
sense.
I mean, yeah.
It didn't make sense.
I mean,
Did it make sense?
And the deal was only for a single though. So if
Exactly.
you put that into perspective, you're like,
But you know what? They should have
all
at
you had
least
to
did
do
the
was give me
single. Exactly.
it
Just
would've
give
been-
you the single,
What's the worst
man.
that could happen? You
Man,
press
now
up
you say that, then I'm like, no, fuck it. They should have given
That's why. I thought it was some like signing you to no.
This is how my brain.
single?
This is how my brain works. Like I'll
on.
break it all down to be like, yo, like I'm not mad at them because I felt lost, but at the same time, it was only a single deal. So like I could technically be like, why don't you just give me 1,000 vinyls and let's go Rockefeller?
ride.
And maybe it
That's
does something.
it.
Maybe it
Right.
doesn't do shit and it sits in the
Worst case
dollar
scenario,
bill.
But
you
you
gotta
know
print
what?
1,000 more.
What's
Come
dope
on.
is you would have had a record hanging up saying Rockefeller Records recognized.
No, absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely.
Like fuck it. If it didn't do nothing, but at least they should have just pressed up the record.
If anything, as a company, you would look much better embracing that single instead of not doing it. Because then, it may have been a small circle talking shit about you. Who knows the scenario would have happened? It's still people looking at you in a negative light, regardless of the fucking
And
fact.
then
It's not good for business. Is what I'm trying
No,
to
it's
say.
not good for business.
You understand?
'Cause at least
It's not good for business.
A lot of people probably didn't give a fuck, but
I'm sure they didn't give a fuck.
the
They think it's a small
real
world, but whatever.
story, like they should have gave you. They should have did it.
A single?
Just straight up.
Guaranteed.
The other thing is that the previous battle where they had Rain Man win, Def Jam didn't give him his contract either. Whatever. I don't know if it was for a single or an album or what, but he never got his either.
It's the Def Jam system.
I already kind of knew that somebody had won a contest. I already kind of like, we knew that somebody had won a contest already and never released a record. So it wasn't a shock either. I was already kind of prepping for it to be like, this is a publicity stunt. I get it. Whatever. Hey, MTV signs the check. So fuck it. Like, I got my 25 racks. I'll fucking keep it moving. Let me go buy my equipment, record, whatever.
Right. I love the position that you're in. I love everything they made it. I'm a Mayday fan. Burns, everyone's I love all these dudes. They're all my brothers. Before you joined them though, when I had first, the way I discovered Burns is through his, I forgot the name of the song, but his very first video, I think Garcia actually shot the video and it was just him and Plex.
Quicksand, right?
Oh yeah.
I can't yet. I don't remember the name, but
Quicksand. It's an amazing record to this day.
First of all, right.
Amazing.
The song and the video, especially for that time, I said, this shit is hard as nails. Big up to Plex. I love Plex. You know, I always looked at them just as them, right? And then I knew you, you were, I don't know if you were friends with them at that time when they first started. You probably were, but I never saw you like really do anything with them. It was always just you doing your own thing.
Yep.
But do you think that that was one of the best moves that you did to join Mayday, or would you have rather stay solo, but you think you would have been more or less successful just being recognized the soloist? You know what I mean? Like
I feel like
I think the fit, before you comment, my comment is I think that you complement and fit so well with them. Like your chemistry, you and Burns' live show is
it's insane.
Immaculate. You know what I'm saying?
And I've seen a lot of them.
Yo, no lie.
Then Noms comes in and does his fucking thing. Everything that everybody does, the little things that they do makes the whole Mayday show. And if fucking people are just saying, oh no, but where's Wreck? Shut up the fuck up. This is Noms' turn. He's fucking dancing, leave him alone.
Yeah.
Here comes Bernie, he's murking it. Now here comes Wreck. Like you guys are like it's a good flow. It's the chemistry is gangster. Like you guys really, of course you have to work through in the beginning, but fuck you. Like, you look like you've never. Like you don't even have to look at fucking Burns. Like you don't even have to talk to each other, and you already know what he's about to do. You know what I'm saying?
Murs calls Burn and I the Wonder Twins, and it's real. Like we've worked together so long now that in the studio, like sometimes we could we don't even need to verbalize.
Right, you're like, I got you.
Yeah, like literally with
play the beat. I got you.
Yeah, like we know how to work together after all these years.
Beautiful.
But I always thought in my mind like that I'm so like dedicated. And I've always been so hungry for this shit that regardless of Strange Music or Mayday or whatever, I would have always like found a place somewhere. I like to believe that just to help me sleep at night.
Yeah.
But
you would definitely
like I feel like I'm that I'm that hungry, and I feel like everyone who knows me would agree.
And
but
you're that talented.
Thank you. I feel like it's really I always go to the drive. Like I feel like
it's all about your drive. I don't give a fuck if you're the best basketball player in the world. If you don't try out for the team, you're never gonna fucking make it.
Straight up. So I feel like regardless, I would have found a spot. Whether or not it would have been as as successful or less, I don't know. But that's hard to judge.
Well, I'm not saying that Mayday in itself. Just you. Do you think you would have had a better solo? Like not a better. Just do you think that maybe like there's things that you couldn't have done now that you would have done if you were solo?
Nah, I wouldn't say that.
I've seen you hit every dynamic, even for the singing.
I think that like there's power in numbers, and like the group dynamic is the reason why the group dynamic works so well is it's so hard to pull off, and you see it less.
Yeah.
You know, there's so like if you look at the list of hip hop artists, the top hip hop artists or whatever,
they're all solos.
There's like 2 out of the top 10 are groups or duos or whatever. It's all solo. It's so fucking hard to do. So like there's definitely power in numbers, and then I give Burn and Plex a lot of credit to that. I came from like a theater family background, and I was into music and into melody and into singing and stuff. And then I discovered rap, and I was like, man, fuck the singing shit. I want to rap.
Right.
I stopped singing altogether, and I never tried it. And I was like, really like, And at that time in hip hop, it wasn't cool to sing.
Exactly.
It was like everybody's like, fuck that R&B
Now
shit.
everything's melodical.
If you don't sing, yeah, exactly.
Right.
Back then, it was like, fuck this R&B bullshit. So I was like, whatever about singing. And then when I kind of touched on it here and there in those early South Beat days, but when I got with Burn and Plex and we started like recording music together, they really like pushed me into it. And I don't know if I would have done that without them, like at that time, and really like gone in. So they really were responsible for like, yo, man, like, nah, sing this hook, don't rap it, do it. And they started really helping me develop the confidence to like do melody and do singing and shit like that, which I'm really grateful.
I'm happy.
For them.
Yeah, word up. I'm happy they did that because you kill it.
Yeah,
let's think of Mayday. I'm really like from the beginning to now, because there's no ending yet. But from the beginning to now is fucking. I mean, it's like they could seriously. Me and Eddie have said to ourselves 1,000 times, why in the fuck are they not burning these records on radio?
Yeah, I know.
It's not that you're a commercial band. It's just a good listen. It's a good listen
Listen.
to.
We feel we make really good like underground pop music.
Forget about it.
You know what I'm saying?
And I don't
Like,
want.
even underground is like a
No, but I'm not just talking
Let me
about the
tell you
underground.
something.
But I hate when people say, "Oh, he's just an underground." No, listen. This song can. I don't care if you're rich, poor, white, black, Chinese. You can relate to this shit, and that's all that matters. These are human beings. You're a human being. You like it, cool. Play it on the fucking radio so everyone can like it.
Not only
I know
that.
it doesn't work like that.
No,
I'm just
for sure.
saying, like, fuck. We always said, why are you
joints
not on
that
this
y'all got that
fucking?
need to be on movies too? Like
Fuck.
it just
Like you guys are
Yeah.
super talented.
We're-
The it's not only, I promise you and Burns in the front, of course. Like, see, I've always loved it even when you had like 6 motherfuckers, when you had the drummer. Man, this shit looked like, I was like, this is the
no.
best fucking
You had
band I
the
ever
craziest
seen.
looking band, like a
Right?
flex with the big beard,
Come
crazy
on.
hats.
He's playing the guitar, he's making a fucking beat all on stage.
You got
Yeah,
T.
yeah, yeah.
You got
He's
T
using
on the
his fucking
drums.
foot on the MPC. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? These motherfuckers are awesome.
I miss the days of like all 6 of us.
That was
like
awesome.
It's
the
just a
early
lot.
mid
It's-
but it was I don't
it's a
know if
lot.
we'd still be around if it was all 6 of us.
I
'cause
understand. I
It was
understand.
just so heavyweight and so
Right, right.
expensive and so
Right,
to
right.
maintain.
Right, right.
And what really happened is that we did those first 2 tours with Tech and Strange, and they fucked up our mentality a little bit because they were putting us in front of. I mean, what you're supposed to do with your new act that you're trying to break, you put them in front of the big guy,
Yeah.
and you let them roll for 150, almost 200 shows, and then you come back home from that as the new guy, and you're like, "Yo, man, let's go do a tour," and then you're like, "Oh, wait." None of those people were there to see us.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's what happened. So then we were like, we couldn't even actually get a booking agent at that time because we felt like we should because we'd done one tour of 65 shows and one tour of 95 shows.
God
94
damn.
shows.
Yeah.
And,
Nice.
And the second tour was 94 shows in 105 days, which was like, bro, we had like
You have to perform every day.
basically the biggest stretch was like 25 shows in a row, then one day off, 26 shows in a row. So we did like 50
Right.
some odd shows with one day off. It was fucking insane. But we did all those shows and then come home and you're like, okay, cool. Well, let's go do our own thing now. And then we couldn't do it at that time. We'd only dropped one album on Strange. It was just starting to do its thing. And there was no booking agent that would fuck with us. So that really fucked up the mentality of some
And
people.
I'm not trying to kill any of these little fucking rappers' dreams. You know, do your
No,
thing.
no.
But let me tell you something.
Grumpy.
This is a death. I'm gonna go.
Hit him
I'm
with
gonna
the
go.
grump.
I have to. I gotta go in.
Y'all, come on, man. Stick
I
on
gotta
brand.
go
Stay
in.
on brand.
This is a fucking real MC, okay? If it was this fucking hard for him to even go through all that, y'all better step your motherfucking game up. Record it in your bedroom, upload this shit to YouTube, hoping it works.
It's much easier than it was when we were doing it. No, I'm saying,
but you
do
still
it. You
gotta
gotta
be
work.
persistent, you gotta be consistent.
But you got it easy.
Yes.
Make it happen.
But not only that, step your fucking bars up. Start talking about
that's-
something.
that's
Start
fact.
talking about something. Stop talking about suicide and how sad you are. You're 17. What the fuck are you sad about? No
I
bills.
mean-
You probably don't even pay your phone bill.
I mean,
You
maybe
understand?
he ain't got no parents.
No, stop. Every MC doesn't have a parent.
Not everyone.
Bullshit. I call that bullshit right now. Stop fucking. Get some content. I'm trying to tell you, this motherfucker speaks about real shit. Imagine that he's been rapping fucking, I don't know what, over 25 fucking years. I don't know how a lot of years.
Yeah, a lot of years.
How many songs? I can't tell you how many songs he has. He probably can tell you. But let's just say it's in the thousands, and he still has thousands more to go. He has a lot of shit to fucking say. That's a lot of content. You guys are saying nothing. Speak about something.
You guys are
Okay?
saying nothing.
Speak about something.
Absolutely nothing.
Life is good. You're 17. You woke up today. You guys are fucking every day.
17, making some
smoking
money,
weed,
rapping.
making money and rapping. And you're talking about how this girl broke your fucking heart. You're 17. Go fuck everybody in your goddamn city and then get married at 30. And then worry about how you ain't fucking got no
Do it out
broken
your
heart.
city. You don't want to fuck everybody.
Whatever you do, fuck everybody. And when you're a kid,
Can't go to the store.
have
and be like,
fun,
"Hey."
man. Have fun. Live your life.
Really, my biggest issue with the younger artists right now, and not all of them in general, but
Right,
the-
of
the-
course.
the
I
content-
play when I say that. I like a couple.
Yeah, me too, me too. No, I
I don't
agree.
like. It's not that. There's so much of a majority that sound exactly
there's a lot.
the same. Like,
There's a lot,
and you gotta weed them out.
It's like I liken it to this. It's like you could learn anything you want on YouTube right now, right? Like what
Facts.
a great fucking tool we have. And if you ask most people you bump into every day, like, yo, what do you learn on YouTube right now? They'd be like, nothing. You know what I'm saying? But because we're fucking
true.
overwhelmed
Exactly.
with how much shit we could fucking get
It's kind
access
of-
to. You know,
right.
Because you can do it at the second. Well, what you want to know? I'll do it right now.
What you studying on YouTube right now?
And this
Nothing.
and they're lazy.
Bullshit.
And this generation is so lazy. They're like nothing because I can do it tomorrow if I want to.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
YouTube
That's-
ain't going nowhere.
A lot of people hit me up on socials and be like, yo, man, like, I don't know, man, my YouTube channel, it's not taking off. You know, like,
No
I
shit.
want to get some tips from you. And I'm like, all right, yo, like,
Of course.
I talk to people
And
a lot
there's no
online.
problem with that.
I'm like, yo, fucking Steve Jobs replied to emails all the time famously. Like, who the fuck am I? I'll reply.
Yeah.
So I reply to a lot of people. And I'll be like, yo, all right, cool, man. Well, you know, you got to be consistent. You got to, I give them the spiel.
Right.
And then I'm like, yo, send me a link to your joint. So they send me a link to the channel. I go to the channel. 3 videos. It just started last week, motherfucker. What are you doing? Like,
It
bro,
ain't
of course.
popping.
Bro, like,
It ain't popping yet.
it ain't, I don't know, man,
have
I can't
1,000
get any
views.
traction. And I'm like,
That's
bro,
when you say, get the fuck
get
out of here.
the fuck out of here. You just started, bro. Like, literally, you're talking to a dinosaur, low key. Relax.
Here's
You
the
need to fucking keep it moving,
here's
you
the
know?
funny thing is that remember when we were kids. Even when we were kids, even I don't want to say this generation, but maybe because I'm 45, so we were kids, and then the next little generation right before this one, I guess, they even up to then they would say, what do you want to be? There's always a doctor, a police officer, or something. It was something. Now I looked at my daughter's papers from when she was like in first grade, second grade, third grade, fourth, even fifth grade. All the kids they all want to be YouTubers. Yep. What the fuck?
Now TikTokers.
I guess.
Now it's a TikToking
Kids,
era.
please. This is not a job. You know,
It's funny you say that, but they making 5 stacks a day or some shit like that.
There's 10
It's kind
people
of hard.
making 5 stacks a day, 10 stacks a day. The other 500 million motherfuckers are making 0. There's 10 of them. We all know these guys. I forgot their names. These crazy names.
I don't know
Cry
none of
Baby,
them.
all these crazy names. Yes, you're right. They are making $10 million a month. You are so fucking right. But the other 500 million of you guys who think you're funny but you're not, and you want to jump off the fucking house and break your arm because you think you're gonna get 1 million
You
views.
did the milk crate challenge?
Get a job.
Nah.
Nah, don't
Get
do
a
challenges,
job.
man. I'm too old for that shit.
For sure.
Yeah, like if
You
it's a
bring a
rap
bone.
challenge, maybe I'll think about it. But yeah, like climbing over like the milk crates or whatever, nah.
Well, hold on. Now you
Although I
said-
did see a dude climb to the top of milk crates and get domed off on it. And I was like, that looks like kind of fun.
That he got
No.
kicked. That they kicked the crates,
to the
right?
bottom?
You saw the one?
Maybe I didn't watch this.
Oh.
I was.
Don't-
I guess
They
I didn't
kicked
say.
the crates. The other dude was rolling up a blunt, made the whole shit.
He was hard.
Lit at the end. That was
He walked
bodied.
out
I
rolling
find
it.
that shit entertaining, but I'm not doing that shit.
All right.
Fuck
Yo,
that shit.
I'm happy. I'm happy you said it was entertaining.
I'm not gonna say shit.
Because your boy Garcia,
Your boy.
we was on the group text. I was saying,
Sounded like an
about
old man.
Yeah, I was telling
Like a fucking
my boy
bear.
Steve. I said, Steve, do the milk crate challenge. I put $1 on it, whatever. Bullshitting.
Yeah.
And then Garcia said,
Do the
"Oh,
milk
that's
crate.
childish or that's ignorant.
If you find that entertaining,
if you find that
that's so
entertaining, you're ignorant."
In
I
this
was
day and time, we need to be
And
more
then Paul
grounded.
jumped in. Paul jumped in and said, "Yes,
the
that's
stranger on my
same,
text?"
same ignorant." I said, "Listen, guys. I said,
Relax.
if it's to me." Call me an idiot then, because I find that stupid shit hilarious and entertaining.
Me too.
If you know that you're gonna bust your shit in any moment and could break an arm, could break a neck, could bust a back,
And you're gonna do it.
it,
I'm gonna laugh at you.
I'm gonna laugh at you busting your
The
ass.
reason why you know that he is actually not dumb and he is right is because he used the word that stupid shit. If you would have said that real cool stuff, then you're ignorant.
stupid.
Right. And that's why I'm laughing at you.
I'm laughing at you because you're an idiot.
You're an idiot.
Absolutely.
And your idiotness
That doesn't make you a fucking
entertains
retard.
me.
Opening night
Right.
when the Jackass movies come out, I'm there.
And then I said, "Oh, but you guys was laughing when the Jackass motherfuckers was."
yes,
And then Garcia's answer was, "Oh, but they had medical." I said,
they had
"Guy,
ambulances
they
and
didn't
EMTs
do. They
there.
didn't have it there when they started out.
Right, facts. That's how they made it.
They made it to have EMTs there ready to fucking fix these motherfuckers."
Garcia, I know you listening.
Yes,
Just relax.
we got you.
You gotta relax over there.
You know,
Son-
it's a struggle to age and remember what you've been through as a kid, teenager, whatever. I think
Right.
a lot of people that like in our age bracket and above us even,
I'm
I
gonna-
see them forgetting what the fuck they just did
Right.
Y'all got
right
kids.
back there.
I'm
And
so-
you're like, bro, we
Right.
was doing that shit. We
Right.
was milk crate challenging in the 90s doing whatever the fuck it
doing
was.
whatever.
Dumb
They
shit.
was doing parkour or whatever.
And it was a
whatever.
little- yeah, of course
Crazy,
they-
yeah.
That's the best meme
Jumping over
I saw online. People are saying, "Oh no, don't get the vaccine; it should have killed you." But they'll do the milk crate challenge, like
Yeah,
shit.
right?
Same
With no
people do
problem.
The milk crate challenge.
Stupid.
That's some good stuff, man.
So no, I listen.
hey,
I mean, I find that shit entertaining, but I
me
mean,
too.
it's stupid, but yeah,
It
like, I got
is.
juvenile humor. If you've never laughed
Right.
at anything juvenile or
You're
whatever,
stupid.
and you don't,
Right.
like cool, then you
you
can.
lived in a
can,
cave all your life, right?
I mean, yeah, different strokes or whatever. Cool, you don't like that shit, you don't like that shit. But
Yeah.
to me, I think that's just fucking
Life's
hilarious.
too short, man.
I
You
got
gotta laugh at
I got a
this
homie
shit.
on the West Coast who he's all about positivity and everything, and I fuck with that. I'm all about positivity too. But sometimes the world catches fire, and you just got there's a show, you know what I mean, to watch. So he was posting. He was like, "Yo, I'm not gonna post no negativity." So he was only posting the crate challenges where the people made it.
Okay.
And I was like, well, this is boring as fuck. Like, I'm like, this is not why I watch this. I don't watch it. If I wanted to watch this shit to watch him get over, I watch the Olympics.
Where I know you're a professional. Yeah. You do 25 somersaults off
I'm
this
not
goddamn
here
ring.
for the
I know.
victories. I'm here
Right,
for the L's.
I'm here for the L's.
You know what I mean?
I
Like,
want
what
you
the
to
fuck?
fail.
Yeah, I mean,
Everybody doing the milk crate, I want you to fail.
Yo, like, it is fucked up that some people have done it and gotten really seriously injured.
Yo, they
like,
brought-
man,
that was
if that was one of our
nasty,
kids or whatever doing it, I feel a little bit
But it
different.
wasn't
of course.
kids.
If it was one of my
It wasn't
kids,
kids. That's the crazy shit.
If it was one of
It was grown ass motherfuckers.
My son's 22, so
That's
saying
how
he's
you
not a
know,
kid.
at least-
If he did the milk crate challenge and got hurt, I'd be like, you okay? And then I'll beat his ass for doing that.
I'm just
okay?
saying,
That's how
I
we
ain't
raised
seen a
him.
kid on there yet.
I ain't seen a kid. I ain't gonna
No,
lie.
there's no kids on there. There's no
I haven't
kids.
seen no kids.
So
either, I ain't gonna lie.
I think they got more brains than the idiots jumping on those.
Facts. Those kids are the
I'm
ones.
sorry.
The
Those-
kids are the ones filming. They don't
Yeah, the kids are like, this is a fucking grown ass dummy.
That's good stuff.
Wow.
That's what you get. So what's up with your podcast? How's it been going?
Yeah, it's going. It's
I like
fun.
it. It's very humorous. I like
like
that you're
it.
sitting in that room and you're just fucking having fun.
That's
You know
it.
what I'm saying?
Now said to me, he was like, yo, man, I've been listening to the show and I didn't even realize until like, fucking 10 episodes in that you're like talking to yourself. You know, he's like, you do it.
I
So,
said
he's
that
like,
too.
he's like, yeah, you do it good. Like most podcasts, you're used to like multiple people bouncing off
Right.
each other and it makes it obviously more manageable and more
Yes.
entertaining.
Right.
He's like, but when I started it, it was like right at the beginning, right pre-COVID, as COVID was starting to like hover
Yeah.
in, and I was like, yo, I've been wanting to do one. I'm looking to do something like
Right,
different
right.
and whatever. And I was like, and this is no disrespect to any of my fucking collaborators or anything, but I just didn't want to have to involve anyone. So I was like, you know what? I just want to do some shit in my bedroom and keep it moving. I only want to rely on myself.
It's kind of like what we said. We were thinking about Grumpy OGs 2 years before we started this. No joke.
Yeah.
We suck at this. We just like talking shit. This is not a it's a podcast.
It's a podcast, but
this
we
is a
just talking shit.
If people ask what's the show about, this is a conversation that I have with my dogs, and we just, if you want to join in, you join in.
Which most podcasts are like that
Right.
too. You
I
know,
don't
like,
get. We're not here to tell you the news. We're not here to fucking suck your dick. We're not here to fucking kiss your fucking ass. I don't give a shit if we get canceled. That's not. We're just here just to talk shit.
Right.
Because you know us, and we've done. This is how we speak. Any
Regular.
fucking where. We just added the camera. That's all this is. You dig?
That's it.
So we said let's just fucking get it popping, and we want to bring our dogs on who we fucking know, especially someone that we want to pay respect to that we as we can now. You know, as dirtiest that we can. That's why we brought you because we want to give you your roses too.
Oh,
You know,
we want everybody to come, but everyone
Right.
busy. Burns, Noms.
Burns is in France and Noms is somewhere else.
Weren't we gonna do? Was Burns supposed to come to this one too, or like that was last week? But
he
then-
just right.
okay.
No, you guys are superstars, right? What
Yeah,
happens is-
everyone's superstars now.
Right.
You know?
Motherfuckers got-
now we got to catch a one by one at a
God damn, right. So thank God your jet was broken. You didn't leave the town. Burns is in France or wherever he is, but whatever. We got you. We're gonna get Burns on. I guarantee you.
okay,
That's my dog.
Nah,
and he's just dropped an
Yeah.
amazing album this past year, and
Yes,
I gotta
yes.
pick him up. Like his album that he just dropped. Is
Yeah.
so
Let me tell you something. Y'all working, and that's a
No,
good thing. I'm
trying-
happy y'all keep
Can
working.
I
Man,
ask
it's
you-
a weird little zone we're in right now, but we're trying to work our way through it. Put it that way.
Yeah.
you know?
I love it. I love it. You guys are consistent.
We're trying to be, and now we're trying to be consistent with the like changing face of the industry, and also like it's been 10 years we've been on Strange. I don't really know how much longer we're gonna be there. So we're trying to figure that out and maneuver what's best for us, what's best for them. Was like we just trying to find the best positioning to keep going, but the odds are against us. Like it's just look like okay, you can't sell music anymore. Nobody buys music. We all stream it. You get 10 cents every fucking million listens or whatever. So go out on the road and sell merchandise.
Every
All right.
million?
No, I'm talking shit, but it's something.
Oh,
like
I was about to vomit right
a
now.
million streams is worth like $4,000, little under $4,000. It's
I heard-
very hard to get a million.
I heard.
streams.
Yes,
Very
I heard.
A million. Hold up.
You didn't hear me the other day
A
when I
million
told you this?
streams equals like $4,000.
Yeah.
Eddie, listen.
Give or take,
I
but
was
yeah, around
listening to
there.
Howard Stern. I was on a long car drive a couple weeks ago, and a week ago, and I'm listening to Howard Stern, and he's interviewing David Crosby.
Super good interviewer, by the way, Howard Stern.
Oh,
favorite-
he's
one
the
of my
best.
favorites.
He's
The
so
best
good.
journalist. He's
One
the
of my
best.
favorite. He
He's
don't
the
give a
best.
fuck. There's no holds barred. That's what I love
good.
about him.
And he's just so good with the questioning
Oh
and the
my
research.
God, I love
and
this
like,
fucking
sorry,
guy.
I had to say that.
He
Yeah.
kept me
no.
up for 4 fucking hours.
Yeah.
Okay, let's
I
go
don't doubt
there.
it.
I don't listen to no one for fucking 4 hours.
Yeah.
But he's too entertaining. So he's interviewing David Crosby, from Crosby, Stills, Nash. This dude's 80 already, dude. He's up there. He's old. But he's still celebrating his 50th year, being in business and blah, blah, blah. So he's asking him all these fucking questions about it. And so he started saying, listen, do you still do this for the money or for the fucking, or for the just for the love? He was like, it's definitely for the motherfucking love. Let's go there first. And just so anybody who knows that when you, this streaming bullshit, you get nothing for this. You get nothing. He said, Howard, if I get 1 million streams, I could probably take you out to dinner tonight. You know what I'm saying? And like, these are motherfuckers who are used to selling millions of fucking albums. Dude.
Yeah.
When you sell a physical album, that's when you get money. You understand? But who the fuck is buying albums? They just not even. Where do you buy them? You know what I'm saying? Like, and where do you play them when you buy them? You know what I'm saying? Like, no one has a CD player anymore. No one definitely has a tape deck anymore.
No one definitely got a record player anymore.
I have a record player because my wife loves records. Like my wife's real old school, so I like record players. I like vinyls, but the majority.
No, but who's buying? The kids ain't buying no vinyl.
You know, you can't
unless they do it
$80 a record right now.
Vinyl's like having a crazy resurgence. And
it's like $80 a
vinyl's
record.
like been steady rising for the last like 2-3 years.
But they're expensive.
Vinyl actually overtook physical and digital downloads last year.
No way.
Vinyl's having a crazy resurgence.
EFM might get a job.
Oh shit.
The vinyl scene is popping off like super hard right now.
Okay.
But it's so expensive, my G.
Yeah,
I walk into the record store, one vinyl of like it was I forgot what group it was. It was one of the 90s rappers. This shit was $39, dog, for the album.
40 is like a good average for like an album.
$40.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. When you was going through them, shit was like $2.99.
Yeah, it was singles, but it would be like $9.99 for the album, $15, $40. There's a single, a Michael Jackson single that was like fucking $60. One single. I just can't. You can't really build up a collection like that. You smell it?
Yeah, I took a break on vinyl for a while because I moved a couple times, and that's when
I remember.
Yeah, that's when you discover how much you really love some shit. When you move, you have to move it, and you're like, man, I don't really fuck with this shit no more. Fuck this shit. And I moved a couple times, and I was like, man, vinyl, like I don't have space for it. It's heavy. It's like fuck this shit. And I just kept like I got rid of a lot of records I didn't really want, and then I kept the ones that I know I wanted to have, and whatever. It's just been riding since. And then what happened was...
What did you do with the records? The ones you didn't want to keep?
I had them in my studio.
No,
like,
the ones that you didn't want.
I just gave them to Goodwill. Like I took them. Like
he's rich.
These were like I didn't flip
sold them.
You know what? You know what? Also because they were like records that we picked up out of the like dollar bin to sample. They weren't like oh shit, this like whatever Supreme's record.
We used to go to Goodwill with the book bag on and just steal all the records, put them in the book bag. And
we in Hollywood.
A lot of good records there back in the days.
Absolutely, it was a great spot.
Those are the best
in Hollywood, we used to have right near Young Circle. Back in the day, we used to have a bookstore that was right on the corner, and they used to do like
Young Circle? I ain't seen you at my goddamn restaurant.
He's talking about back in the day.
Yeah, that too. But now when I was in school,
pre-beard.
I'm getting gluten free. I give a fuck.
When we was in school or whatever, they had this bookstore and they would have a crate of records and books out on the honor system or whatever, and we would just go there at night and like flip a couple records, boom, and take them, and then like we'd have all these records that we didn't give a fuck about. We wanted to sample, and then if there was nothing on them, we'd either just take them back or whatever, or chuck them or give them someone or whatever. But I had a bunch of those, and I was just like, I didn't feel like cataloging them or trying to eBay them or fuck them. It wasn't a crazy amount. It wasn't a warehouse.
Especially if the sample records just...
Yeah, like a bunch of them I knew were trash. I wasn't going to get nothing for these. So I was like, fuck it, whatever. I Goodwill donated them shit. But I say that to say 2018 going into 2019, I was like, damn, you know what? Like I talk shit about Miami don't have a record store. Miami don't have a record store. Yo, when I go on the road, I go into record stores. I'm like, yeah, we don't have shit like this in Miami. And then it hit me. I was like, damn, you know what? I'm talking mad shit. We have Sweat Records, and I never go there. I very rarely go and support.
Right.
And I felt like a hypocrite. And I was like, yo, I'm fucking up. So Record Store Day came up that year. And I went to Record Store Day at Sweat. I lined up at 7 a.m. Like, you know, I found out, okay, when do we line up? Cool, boom, we went. And I had a fucking amazing time. I had a great time. Like, you could call at Sweat, they let you call one record. So, like, you know what the list is for Record Store Day. And you'd be like, yo, I really want that, yada, yada. And they'll let you call one from the line. So when you get to the line, you know, no matter what place you are in line, if they got it, they got you. And then once you get in, you go from there.
You go from there.
Yeah,
that's dope. That's dope.
So there was a Run the Jewels box set that they were dropping. It was like a single and like this silver or a gold box that could fit all their albums in with all this dope artwork. And I called it, and she was like, "Oh, no one's called it," because there wasn't really a lot of hip hop heads in front of me. So she was like, "No one's called it yet. You're the first one." So they're having a contest. You get like a free hoodie and this, that, and the third. So I like got some free merch and shit. I went in, I bought it. Then I ended up leaving. I spent like $400 or $500 in there, easy. Wow. I left with a stack of records, and then the beast was awoken at that point. I was like, "Fuck!" I remember. I love this shit. This is fucked up.
No.
And then we went on tour with Tech later like a few months later, and I was like, this may be my last tour bus tour. I don't know. Like it was looking like we'd be coming to the end of our contract. We didn't know what was around the corner. Right. So I was treating it like this might be my last time on a tour bus. I don't know if Mayday will ever go out on a tour bus on her own. You know, I don't know if we'll get there. Right. So I was like, I'm gonna go digging across the country. So I started going digging
That's
across
the best
every
way to do it.
city. Like I'd find a record store, go pop in, grab a few records, stash it at the foot of my bunk or whatever till it got to be an ignorant stack where I had to like FedEx the shit home or whatever.
Yeah.
But I started collecting again, and then it's been out of hand since then. I've been like trying to fight the urges.
I was gonna say
awesome, man.
since
My wife
I
loves
was
it too.
I was there.
Man, I love this.
I was Mayday's driver. You know, for a few tours. And then
Sure.
every city, this man would go into a record store and buy at least a record or two.
Facts.
Yeah.
All the time.
That's gangster.
Like that was for he was like, yo, I'm going to the record store.
It's gotten to the point now where like I don't really have any more space for it, and it's like space is such a premium at my house with the kids and everything. So like I'm not gonna buy. Like I feel a little bit irresponsible, or even though it's not irresponsible, but I feel a little bit like just reckless buying the shit to know I'm gonna put it right into storage. That feels weird to me. Like
It does feel kind of funny.
yeah, I'm
but
like,
let me tell you something. I just did that 3 times this year. I used to collect a lot of baseball cards when I was younger. So I still got a lot of them. I got
and
like
those shits
5,000 of them.
popping right now.
I got a lot of them. I don't even look at it because I know already what's in there. I'm fucking 7. I can still tell you what's at 45. Tell you exactly what's in that box.
yeah.
I built that box out of fucking wood myself. I know what's in it. So I fucking went online this whole year. 3 different, you know, I guess this is COVID. It just ain't shit to do. I'm just looking for shit to buy. And I must have bought 3 different cards, 3 different box sets, 3 different times. And as soon as I got them, put them right into the storage. I have not even opened them.
No, and in theory,
You know what
like
I mean?
if you're collecting stuff
'Cause
like
you know,
that you
right.
know is going to be worth
'Cause of the
more at
value,
some point,
right,
yeah,
right.
like
So I guess
it's
it's
really
different.
not a bad move to like
It's
put it in
cards
storage.
that I wish I had when I was 12 that I wish I couldn't afford them. And they were probably $2.50 at that time, $2.50, and I still couldn't afford it.
It's that mentality that gets me into trouble too.
I know. So I'm buying old shit, nostalgia. I like
Yeah.
you know,
And you're like, yo,
I
we
just-
couldn't afford this when we were
Yes,
kids. Like,
I'm buying 100 of them.
you know
Fuck
what
it.
I mean? Like when I was growing up, my mom like couldn't really afford shoes for us. You know, like something as simple as that.
Right.
Like, I couldn't get Nikes or whatever, so we go to the swap shop and get the bootlegs or whatever.
Right.
And so like now, I'm not like even the most stylish motherfucker or anything like that by any stretch of the imagination, but I have an ignorant amount of shoes because I just like see shoes, and for a while I was like, yo, at least I could buy these for myself. Like,
exactly.
I know the feeling.
No,
Like,
I
when you
got
buy
a
some shit
bunch
for
of
yourself,
shoes too.
I got
'cause
you, but I would never peg
when
him
you
like
could-
that.
I know.
No.
I'm not that dude. That's the funny
swear
part.
to God.
I'm not the shoe guy.
But
like,
you got a bunch of DCs.
Well, no, you are the
yeah.
shoe guy. You just don't promote it.
Yeah, that's it. I don't really like, and also I'm really bad with like I'll buy an ignorant. I'm really good at collecting shit, but utilizing that shit. So like I'll buy a ton of shoes, and then you've like maybe never. I'll wear the same comfortable, ugly pair of
12
shoes
years,
for 10 years. Yeah, and I got all these bomb ass shoes at the house I never wear.
That's when you go out. You know, you get the nice fresh one, the fresh DCs
To me,
on.
it's
You go
like-
ahead.
Comfy, you're comfy.
Yeah, but
you gonna
it's
do?
but the vinyl, it's like that too. Like it's just like wow, like I can afford now. Like now, the dangerous thing I got into recently is like the rare, like the limited presses from back in the day. So like they'll be like this 1989 pressing of Pink Floyd's The Wall or whatever. You know, it's sealed or whatever for $100. You know, and I'm like. All right,
Yeah,
like
so,
I'm
but
in.
that-
I'm
but
in. You know,
that's-
James Brown.
you're
I'm
talking-
black and I'm
That's
proud.
an
Sealed.
investment.
You're
though.
talking legendary shit.
Those are
the
different.
ones that like. But those
Those
the
are like
reason
those
why-
ones when you go to like a garage sale, you see that one motherfucker, he don't know what the fuck's in
don't
that
know
crate.
what-
Yeah.
I'll take that.
Those are the dangerous ones now for me because like
sure.
I won't. I'll spend maybe less, but I'm only buying one record. rather
Yeah,
than
but
like
how do
10
you
or-
Exactly.
how do you leave that James Brown one on the fucking rack? Like, god damn it!
The thing is like
Sealed
that.
and
It,
that.
I'm
it
gonna
being
let someone else
sealed.
get this shit.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
being
absolutely.
sealed, you're like, wow.
Yeah,
That's
I know.
it.
When,
That's
when
bread. That's
records
bread.
are like pop up that are that old that are like never been opened, it's hard for me to resist.
I
Yeah,
collect like
I would have done it too.
I collect like one thing I collect. You can't see it after I buy it because it's usually like pizza slices. I go city to city. I have to get a piece of a slice of
that's
pizza.
like research and
then-
development
yeah,
and
because
shit.
that's how I like. That's what moves me. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
But yeah, I feel the same way about that because I'm like I can't. How can I leave that slice just sitting there? I gotta eat it. I'm a fucking glutton.
Well, one of
like
my
that.
favorite, I can relate to that because one of my favorite things up until just recently, anyways, was about the road was food.
I'm a foodie.
Bruh, me and Burns, like, Noms would be like, man, y'all go ahead. I'll
y'all
chicken
always
and
eat.
rice in a styrofoam container. I'm
No, it's
good.
true.
I'm
They
good.
always eating all
Burns
like
and I are like
different
yelping,
shit
like, what the fuck's
Yup.
popping over here with this amount of
For
stars? Let's
real.
go.
Exactly.
Like, I don't care how much it costs. Like,
I'm a
let's
foodie.
go.
Word
Yeah,
up.
I'm with you.
I don't give a
Man,
fuck.
I'm like, nah, take me to 7-Eleven.
I don't know when
I'm
I'm
good.
coming back to the city. I mean, all this shit. So fucking yeah, I'm with you on that shit.
No, I need you to promote everything that's going on right now. The
me some-
albums,
Man, whew, where do I start?
everything. Drop it.
Congrats on your kids because they're
Yes,
beautiful.
thank you.
I-
Beautiful
Not
twins.
like they were just born, but I'm just saying,
Yes,
like,
they're already
about to
grown.
be-
it's still your first batch and you get two
Yeah.
at the same time. It's like, wow.
Twins. I don't recommend twins, everybody. Don't, if you can
They look
choose.
just
you don't
like
recommend
yo.
You ain't got no
Nah,
choice.
it's a lot of work, man. It's crazy.
But the
It's-
bond that they're gonna have is gonna be fucking.
yeah, their
it's
relationship
priceless,
is
man.
fun to watch as it develops,
Yeah.
and their differences and how like even just how they look is so different. But then like their personalities evolving, and then like when you have a kid. I'm assuming when you have a kid by one solo kid, you're watching that kid and you're like thinking, damn, am I doing this right? Am I doing this? Or like, I wonder if that's a tick or a thing. But when you have two that are the same exact age running parallel to one another, you can kind of be like, well, damn, I know it's not me because he eats bread, but he just don't like bread. I don't know. Like, so you
have a comparison.
You get this weird comparison.
You can't compare with anyone.
Okay, that's ill.
So that's kind of dope in a way. But it's just the workload. Like if any parent could tell you, there's moments with their one kid. Or you're dealing with one of your kids at one time, and you're like, by the time you finish whatever that thing is, like they needed you to do this or they needed you to do that. Especially at the younger ages, they need you to wipe their butt, do this, that, and the third. And when you get done with it, you're like, whew, I need a fucking minute. Nah. With the twins, it's like, yeah, you done with that? All right, here's round two. Here's the same exact shit again. Do it a second time.
With a second body, right?
So now my kids have this thing where they're like, they want to do everything. They call it the three-nager phase. So they want to do everything. So like if I close the door, they'll be like, nah, I wanted to close the door. I'm like, all right, bro, close the door. So then now
that's every kid at that age.
Yeah. So
I
now,
got 4.
And with the twins, it's like they're doing the same exact shit at the same speed. So like one does it, and then the second one wants to be like, nah, I want to do it. So then we got to do everything 3 fucking times.
He's fucking right.
You know what I mean? So it's like I'm whatever. But the kids are dope. I'm trying to maintain like being productive with the kids.
Okay.
And
your music life.
I'm right now. I'm trying to figure out where we're at with our contractual obligations to Strange. We're in a weird like middle ground right now. My last album was Pressure Point. It's been more than a year since that dropped, if I'm not mistaken. Right. And we did a Mayday album called Minute to Midnight. That's almost been a year. So music-wise, we're just kind of like on a weird hiatus. This is like the longest we've gone without like having a project mapped out, which I kind of like. With the way the world is right now, I'm kind of just like feeling around.
Yeah.
But it's also given us birth to like do other things. So I got the podcast, Get the Fuck Out of Here is on every
You're still doing your own shows. You just came from
I just started doing some solo shows. It was kind of just like organically like fell into my lap. But I started doing some solo shows. I've always put my solo show on the back burner for Mayday. Because Mayday's always been my priority and still is. So it was nice to like go out and do like a handful of solo shows and to like know that people fuck with me, like my solo material, enough to come out to a show.
Exactly.
They're not as big as the Mayday shows, but they're fucking, when people come out, enough people come out, I'm like, oh shit, okay, this is dope,
And that shit is,
so I did those batch of shows.
Could you mention your podcast one more time for me, please?
Yeah, the podcast is called the GTFOH Podcast, otherwise known as Get the Fuck Out of Here. It airs live on Twitch every Tuesday nights, pops up on YouTube and podcast platforms on Wednesdays. So I've been doing that on the weekly. And then what's cool is 2019, I did like a weekly freestyle series. I was doing freestyles every week. I did 52 of them motherfuckers. And which is probably another reason why my fucking body started failing me and I became gluten-free or whatever. Like the stress, that was that year. I was doing weekly drops, with all the touring and all that shit. And I had to fundraise for those freestyles. And somebody recommended I do Patreon, which was, I wasn't familiar with the platform. And Patreon, you guys should fuck with it too if you're not fucking with it already. Patreon is a super dope platform that basically operates off the age-old theory of like patrons. Like people used to pay Shakespeare and fund his plays and shit back in the day. Like there's always been people who had money that love the arts. They're like, yo, I want to give you some bread I want to help. I want to help people produce art. So Patreon is a platform that monetizes that. And basically,
we will be on there. Help us.
Podcasts are on there heavy too. I became an ambassador for them this year, and it's like me and like 20 other creators. And there's musicians, artists, graphic designers, podcasters, all different. The group is made up of all different kinds of people. And so the platform, I started it, and then this organic community of like our most diehard and my most diehard fans came up out of it. Once I was done fundraising, I was like, yo, this is kind of dope. I feel like I'm providing good content to y'all, and you guys are obviously like donating to my cause every month. So do you guys want to keep this going? And the vote was overwhelmingly like, yeah, we love this shit. Keep it going.
Wow.
So I've been maintaining that now for like 2 years. And that's like probably like my top priority.
That's dope.
I started like, it's like you said, like the Crosby, Stills and Nash, like Crosby being like, yeah, I'm in it for the love. Yeah. There is a point where you realize that the streaming game is so pit against the smaller artists, there's only 1% getting the 99% of streams, that it made me feel like when I started seeing these people, I got 300 people here that are really diehard down for my shit. I almost kind of want to just say, fuck everybody else. If you don't want to come find me and my shit, then here, I'm just going to give these 300 people the best me. I'm going to give them the best experience, and they're going to fucking contribute monthly to be a part of that. So we started doing that, and I've been really enjoying that. And it's given me like a direct feedback link, a really good community, and then obviously like they contribute monthly. So that kept me afloat during COVID. So I've been keeping that going. And
we on this today, people.
You know what I mean? Yeah, it's dope. It's a very dope platform. I recommend it. I'm ambassador for them now, so I've been like really like helping with the platform, trying to help them like figure out what we all need as creators to go forward and make it better. So I've been doing that. And then, I'm trying to gear up for like a really big year of music in 2022. I'm just like trying to put all the pieces in a row to like, make some shit happen for next year. Cause we've been on pause for music longer than
and you're still waiting on the whole situation to do a whole Mayday album.
We're trying to figure out now what's best for, COVID really put a dent in everything in terms of Strange Music for us because Strange Music's bread and butter was touring.
Yeah.
Take that away.
Yeah, you take
fuck
that
happens,
away. Yeah,
exactly.
Real, dog.
So it's like a lot of things have changed on the label side.
Think about that word.
Like a lot of their funding, a lot of their staff, everything was dependent on that machine. That machine got the wrench thrown in for a year and a half. So they're trying to recover from that. We're trying to figure out what's best for us going forward. I know we still want to do music. We still love this shit. Yeah. So we're just trying to figure out.
Y'all ain't stopping.
Mechanics,
it's
going forward.
I don't see any need for you guys to fucking stop.
No, I'm a lifer.
Band
I think
is fucking great.
My dad's 66 and he still writes and records music. So to me, I'm 38. So I
listen.
Got another at least 30-something years before I throw the towel.
So you can't speak no more.
If you had homeboy saying that 80, he's still doing music, and he just dropped a new album
with his son.
David Bowie dropped his last album and then passed away like the week it released. Like in my mind, I saw that as an artist and I was like, that's the most gangster shit ever.
That's how you go as an artist. Word.
Let me drop my last album and be like, I'm out. That's how I would like to go.
That's what y'all can do. Y'all create music. Y'all do that's
for those who don't know. Y'all better go check out my boy Wreckonize.
Yes,
he's murdering it. Mayday is the group. Big shout to Nas, Burns, Plex, all you motherfuckers
LT,
and shit.
Johnny Cash.
I gotta say one thing before we go though. R.I.P. to J Pure.
Yeah,
who's another one of the illest MCs I ever seen come out of Miami.
Yes.
And
it's sad.
Prayers for his family and his fans and yeah, man, that gets me really sad with J Pure. Just a good guy. And,
absolutely.
And yeah, if I'm grumpy about anything, it's losing him. So
it's definitely, he's like embodies the term of wasted talent. Like the saddest thing in the world is wasted talent because everyone who knew him in Miami knew that he was gonna be some shit.
He was it. He was gold. Shout out to SLP. That's my brothers.
Yeah.
And Grumpy OGs, Hannibal Heckler, Eddie the Ass Eater. My boy Wreckonize.
Wreckonize.
Crazy Hood.
Holla.